Over the past couple of years of this game's existence, we've seen weapons come and go, such as the hunting rifle, the pump shotgun, and most notoriously the tactical submachine gun. There are a couple of weapons out there, however, that didn't quite make the cut for later versions of the game, to the point where they were removed completely. Most of us don't know the actual names of these weapons, but there's a couple that still do and still remember the fond memories they had with the weapons. Today I will be discussing one of these weapons, the Tec-9, an infamous submachine gun that was in the very early stages of the game from Season 0 to Season 2. This weapon isn't found in Creative, isn't found in Battle Royale, but is still found in Save the World in a different form. So my question is, what exactly happened to the Tec-9?
So, why don't we start from the beginning, shall we? In the early stages of Fortnite, there were many different features from what we know today, and some of these features were more or less broken, some of these were better, and some were more, well, okay than anything. They could be taken out at any point and nobody would even glance in the direction. So, while looking at this side, let's discuss the Tec-9. This was a weapon that was very average, did minimal damage. I believe it was 17 damage for the common, and at most it did 19 or 20. It wasn't bad, and many people saw it superior to the tactical SMG. However, this did not mean that it was great. It was actually not a very good weapon at all, and looking back at the stats, most people wondered why it was even in the game in the first place. With that out of the way, we might as well talk about maybe some possible reasons as to why it was removed, but before that, let's talk about the Save the World version. The Save the World version isn't the greatest weapon in the game, but it certainly isn't terrible, unlike its counterpart in Battle Royale. It can have many good perks on it, and it is one of the few weapons that you kind of get throughout the entire game. It's in most llamas that are normal, and it is actually not that bad of a weapon. Most people that I run into in Save the World probably have this weapon in some kind of form, whether it be the uncommon version or the legendary version. It is overall not a bad weapon, and it could be seen as a lot better than the Battle Royale one. But that's because it's Save the World. You can increase your weapon's durability and overall attack. You can pretty much do anything you want with your weapon as long as you had the perk up for it. So that Save the World stance on it. But Battle Royale, there are of course many different reasons why it could have been removed, which is what we're going to get into next. This section of the video will be talking about the possible reasons why it could have been removed. The first one, and probably the most obvious one, would be that it's just bad. Not a good weapon, overall not great stats, just not worth your time. However, this probably wouldn't be the case as they kept in many weapons that were supposedly like that. For example, the pistol. However, the pistol's not meant to be the greatest weapon in the game. It's a pistol. This SMG should be a little bit better, but it isn't, which may be why it got cut from the game. The second reason could be that it just wasn't getting enough usage. After all, we know Epic keeps their stats pretty private, so it wouldn't be entirely surprising to me if Epic just said, you know what, we need to remove this weapon. It's just not getting enough usage. But it's kind of weird to think about it like that. If you really think about it actually, you'll realize that the weapon was still getting used pretty often, especially in Season 2. People were only getting slightly better, and they were noticing that this weapon wasn't really matching up with their current quota of being good. But that doesn't mean that it was a bad weapon. Most people still used it when they dropped off in the beginning of the bus. But that was most people. Most of the good players didn't really use it unless they absolutely had to, which may be why Epic cut it out completely. This last reason isn't exactly a great reason, but it is certainly one that isn't off the table. This reason being that Epic just didn't like it. We know that Epic favorites some of their weapons, and we know that Epic hates some weapons. There were some weapons that were really good and Epic took them out, such as the guided missile. However, there were some weapons that were just so bad that even Epic didn't like them, and maybe this was one of those weapons. It was meant to be a mid-tier loot kind of weapon, and I don't think that it actually passed that goal, and apparently neither did Epic. But that's again just a complete guess, and not really a rational one at that, because yes, Epic takes out weapons that they may not like, but if the player base overall likes them, then they're not going to really take that stuff out. Anyways, that was just kind of my little video and opinion about why maybe the Tec-9 was removed from the game. Now, that doesn't mean it was removed from the game files, but I have no evidence to back that up. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Love you.